might not even need cautions.
And you got the spot.
You know, I think we should vote on that. Put it in the chat.
How did you get that?
Alright.
All for banning Spencer, say aye.
FYI, Tyler, I'm not the only Canadian anymore, motherfucker.
Why, who else is Canadian?
Taz is.
Who else?
Yeah, exactly. What fixed the issue?
Maybe.
Big Boss, he's also.
Boss, Super Matt.
There's not, yeah. So. I don't know where they're at.
We're getting fucking raided.
They could stay until they wreck me.
We'll send them the
know
rules in our Discord. Just send it to Curtis. Curtis will send it to the Discord.
What if I get out of it?
You'll send it.
And then you'll send them, and then you'll send them the stream. You'll send them the stream. I have a stream right now going. I have a stream going right now that will explain the rules and go through all the questions. So, start of next season, there are 2 new admins, and basically the way it's going to work is Icepick, Curtis, and Woody are the main 3. I'm going to be the owner, of course. They're the main 3. When a penalty needs to be given out, the penalty will go through them. I'll have the final say if I feel like it is deserved. Mainly to help, or mainly to say if I look at something come through, and it wasn't deserved, and it was just Curtis being Curtis.
I'm gonna be a dick to everyone.
Curtis, shut the fuck up.
Everyone gets treated the same. You're all gonna be treated like idiots.
We ban foreigners in general and just fix America once and for all.
All Americans, we're kicking all Amerians.
All of them?
And Canadians. You're
still not gonna get another championship. You can do whatever you want. You'll still miss the Final Four, Curtis.
Damn it.
We have the levels. We have the levels of penalties. So for anybody that doesn't know what the levels of penalties are, when I put the penalty report out, I always will put if somebody gets an L1, L2 and stuff. An L1 is a 10-point deduction and dead last in whatever race that penalty is in. L2 is a 20-point deduction and you are suspended 1 race. Not 1 week, but 1 race. Like you can show up, but you're not allowed to race the first race of the night. L3 is a 40-point, suspended 1 week. L4 is a 60-point deduction. You're DQ'd from that week. Don't matter where you have finished. You're going to be put to dead last, even if you won all the races. And then you're also suspended from the playoffs, so you will not go to the playoffs that season. The last one is the last one's the L5 kicked from the league. I mean, we've only had one person. Yeah, one person that's been given that, and that's Sizzler.
Make it 2. Make it Spencer.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Sizzler hasn't even started.
I was gonna say, we're already hostile.
Ryan B, he's like this every fucking night, bud. Get used to it.
What'd you do to him?
Ooh, fucking
they've hated each other for a long time. Now,
Well, you did something.
Now, when we're going through the penalties and stuff, there may be times that we decide to do something different. That can't happen. There's a few penalties I have to give out that aren't in the rule book for it, but are deserved. So that will be just an admin decision. Cautions are the same. No cautions lap 1 of the start of the race and restarts. Now, if somebody goes outside the track, then it will be we'll throw the caution. We'll reline up and be. Now, there are instances that if we don't make it through, if we wreck on the restart, as the restart happens, we'll do the re-wreck. That can happen. We've done that multiple times. But yeah, that's the only time a caution can be called in lap 1. After lap 1, there will be 5 laps at speedways. at the like Las Vegas, Texas, stuff like that, tracks that have just slipped. It'll be 5 laps of half the pack. I will usually try my best right before we start the race to tell you who the half the pack is. After that is when the normal caution rule starts. It is 10 laps of half the pack at short tracks, 3 laps at road courses, and then 5 laps at dirt/snow tracks. The other thing, when to have a caution with like half the pack, it has to be either half the pack spun out or half the pack heavily slowed down. Like, say we're in a race.
Score!
Okay.
That's an L5.
So you look at our chat right now.
Are you talking about your junior team?
Yeah.
If you look at our chat right now, we got 6 people in here. So right now, half pack would be 6. I would like
the deliberate caution.
Yes.
You just said we have 6 people in here?
I said we have 12. Half the pack would be 6.
Oh.
Half the pack would be 6, and when I mean like, half the pack, I want, 90% of the guys spun out.
Shit.
If they're not all spun out, then they have to be either stopped or heavily slowed down, like
half-ass backwards, basically.
Yeah. I don't want people like.
The goalie had it covered.
There's
shut up.
Yeah. There's been times that cautions have been called because someone went flipping and their tire nicked somebody as they were in the air. Yes, it slowed down somebody, but he didn't slow him down that he is way off the pace.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing about it.
Spencer land on you.
Yeah. So that's how cautions. Any questions about the cautions?
Yeah, if Spencer is involved, does he count as a human or no?
Yes.
Oh.
After half the pack, and all the given tracks that layouts I told you. After half the pack, it will be 4 or more for caution. 4 cars would have to spin out or heavily slow down. I will try my best. There's times that I will forget sometimes, but I will try my best to tell everybody when it's past half the pack. So, is there any questions about cautions? Actual questions?
No. What is a caution?
Okay, Golden. Basic rules.
Well,
what you call half the time.
Hey, Spencer, breaking news. You get to start last all the first week. Congratulations. That's the new rule.
Basic rules.
Is that what a caution is?
Basic rules.
Yeah,
No intentional wrecking besides, the catch-up and slipstream races.
That's me.
The catch-up and slipstream races are always free-for-all until about 5 to go. Now, when I say free-for-all, I'm going to say this now. I don't want you just to be sending people out of the track nonstop. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 times, whatever. It's like, I know when we used to race Indy, the idea we used to use, it was a 20-lap race, and it was 15 of the laps were people outside of the track.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
So,
I'll do it again.
Daytona has it sometimes. Like, they all end up having it. And I just want that to kind of stop.
I think my record's about 7 people.
That's what I kind of want to stop. I don't care if, the spinning out and stuff.
I have 2.
Yeah. Wait, is this for catch-up slip racing?
Yes, that was for catch-up and slipstream.
One of my wins came out.
I can't fucking send it into the field anymore.
I don't care about that. It's the fact that I don't want people being sent out of the track all the time. Like the deliberate putting them against the wall and just turning hard right to get them up out of there.
Oh, but when the ice age is deport, illegals, it's fine.
They have no votes.
Of course.
They have no votes.
No intentional cautions.
We should find a better spot to do that in.
No intentional cautions. We had that issue last season with a couple people.
Spencer.
That the way that rule.
Spencer, fuck off, Curtis.
The way that rule is going to be enforced. The way that rule will be enforced is off of admin decisions. If we feel like it was intentional, then it will be a penalty. We will all look. Admins and stuff will always look over the videos. We don't just jump to conclusions about stuff. Yeah.
So Spencer's involved. Those probably on purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus, why am I catching so many strays? He didn't do anything wrong yet. Give him some slack.
You're not getting on.
No hail melon or hail ice picking. If you don't know, if you don't understand it, hail melon. No wall riding.
You're right. You didn't do anything.
Fucking non-NASCAR fans, get the hell out of here.
Yeah. And no ice picking. It is what I mean by that. That is. If you were
under pit lanes and gain half a pack of Band-Aid.
There was a track we used to race.
I won half of my races my first season. Come on.
There was a track we used to race at Kansas. The Kansas we used to race. You used to be able to cut the whole back straightaway.
Oh, okay.
And
I thought you were talking about my little
no.
Hey, it ruined Drip from getting his first win too.
Drip about his first win, and Ice Pick did that and took it away.
I remember Ice Pick going, when CD said, "What are you doing?" Ice Pick going, "What I do?" Where's the rule?
Yeah.
Where's the rule?
So yeah, and that basically goes. That basically then rolls into the rule of, no going in the green on the two seed base. The cutting and everything. Which Hunter knows a lot about that. But
God damn it!
Hey, that used to be the strat.
Yeah, it will result.
How do you think I won the first two races until CD started being a soft little bitch and made it not able to go down there anymore?
It will start being. It actually was Ice Pick that told we needed a rule.
What?
I agree.
What did I do?
He said you were the one that was saying that we needed to stop that.
Oh yeah, I said it at Daytona.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Daytona is the worst.
Daytona is the worst for it. Anywhere else, I don't. In my opinion, I don't give a fuck about anywhere else. It's Daytona and Talladega is the fucking worst. Anywhere else, in my opinion, just do whatever. That's up to you.
And I'll go over a couple of rules. F1 or many tires.
Fucking
that's
nigger.
pretty simple.
No chrome cars.
Cry a river. It doesn't do any advantage.
No. If you pull off the track, this is another thing I know that wasn't really enforced last season. It will be now.
Yep.
If you pull off the track for more than 5 laps, you will not be allowed to return to the track. So I know Little Bub.
On the Final Four, I forgot. I was gonna call him out.
Little Bub was doing it, and he did it a lot last season. So I know. I'm just saying.
He's probably watching the stream.
Yeah.
He's probably watching the stream, jerking off right now.
That will, that will be really enforced this season.
That's a taste to the ball sack.
And that's even if you have to pull off because you go do something. That still don't matter. If you pull off for more than 5 laps, then you are not allowed to return. Because mainly, sorry, but you probably aren't going to catch up. So you're probably going to get much of your laps back. And it's just not very. If you pull off, whatever. If you are lagging, we had some issues. Like I know Drip lags a little bit. The way I officiate is, I'll give you one warning. If it doesn't fix, I will give you a second one to tell you, get it fixed. And it's a 3-strike rule. Third strike, yeah, I will tell you get out of the pack. Get to the back, try to fix it. If it doesn't fix, then you may be told to pull it into the infield.
My car.
What are you doing?
But that's the lagging.
Nothing. Why?
Why are you there?
No, at speedways and short tracks, kind of goes back to it goes back to what we were talking about, the cutting. No going into like the no going on the apron. No going on the apron at short tracks and speedways.
Who was Juliet?
Short tracks is a little bit, harder because I don't think there's much. Like there's a couple of them that we will talk about. And most of the time I will tell everybody before we start about the going on. and what you can't do.
Is that Joe Dirt?
No,
I would like people this season, if you wreck, like you spin out, please say something. Announce where you're at. So like, yeah, say what corner you're in, and because it will help out everybody else to know where somebody is.
Kizzle.
But because I know last season we had that happen a few times. With stuff, so it happens a lot at short tracks.
Perfect.
And one thing I want to say, but if you miss a checkpoint, don't just brake.
Okay, yeah, that's another thing. If you miss a checkpoint, I know I do that. Yeah. If you miss a checkpoint, I'll go to that. That actually has to be wrote in. If you miss a checkpoint, don't respawn. Don't just hit the brake. I'm sorry. At a short track. At a short track, just do another lap. I hate to say it like that. You're probably gonna go a lap down anyway. It's faster just to do a whole another lap.
I know road course, get your car off.
Road course, yes.
If you miss a checkpoint on a short track, you should be staying the fuck on the track.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like what you see outside.
Road course.
Oh no, what happened? What'd you do?
Go look. That's what Kizzle did.
Woody, shut up!
Road course. Try your best to pull off the track. If you have to wait a little bit, like a little bit of the straightaway, or pull to the side, tell people, like announce it that you missed the checkpoint, just to get out of the way.
And be careful when you respawn.
What are you screaming about?
I would like you not to respawn, but if you have to, say like you missed it and you didn't realize you missed it, just say you're respawning, and we'll be on the lookout. And just make sure when you do respawn, when you get loaded in, look around. You have a joystick to look around. Look around. See if there's people around you. If you see people coming, stay invisible. You'll stay invisible until you move. Until you move your car. So that's where I would like people to stop that. Once a caution is called, there's absolutely no respawning. So as soon as the word comes out of my mouth, caution at the line, don't respawn. You do, you go to the back.
What if no one notices?
And that, I'm telling you right now, with the way we have a lineup with admins, you'll probably will get noticed.
Yep.
Slip me a 5 and I didn't see shit.
I'll see it.
I'll see you a 50 for the season.
No.
Another thing.
A lot more than a 50. You'll be getting a lot of L5s.
Another thing, real quick, to add on to that. That rule same applies with the wrenches in the pit road. Because I know that's
Oh, so you're wanting us to wait to see if we need to respawn? So then
wait until you're on the back straightaway and stopped to redo your respawning.
Don't just respawn and then kill someone who's on.
If they do reset though before it, they must go to the rear. No if. You will start last. You will start behind all the lap down cars. Everything. Free pass is in effect for the races. What's up?
Are we gonna race tonight?
Yes, we are. We got 8 minutes. Then we'll start.
Oh, we only start at 9:30?
Yeah, for this. We're on the rules make it 8.
Oh, okay.
That was for today.
Damn, Spencer, you can count.
Free pass will be in effect. I would like whoever's leading the race to try your best to pay attention to see who the free pass is. So, like, say we're at a short track and say Ice is leading. Ice, try your best to pay attention to see who the last car you lapped is.
What if I say nobody?
Well, then I will pay attention to see who it is too, because I'm normally looking.
Anyway, because when cars pull up, we'll see who's in front of me.
I'll pay attention when I'm leading. Don't worry, CD.
And then the last basic rule.
Something funny?
last basic rule: no using guns and bombs at all. I don't want. We've had that issue in the past. Yeah.
Can I let off fireworks when everyone finishes if I'm like sitting out for some reason?
Yeah.
If people are finishing, just nowhere near the track, though.
Okay.
I don't want to, like, because there are people that will be lapped down and that. So.
Yeah, please quit shooting flare guns.
Yeah, flares. I want.
It will pop tires. I've seen it before.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah, it just makes the corner a fucking migraine and a half to do.
It makes the lobby laggy too.
Yeah. Restarts. There are a little bit of change this season with restarts. On restarts, you must stay in line until the start and finish line. Why did it take so hard to get that out?
I don't know.
I don't want people to be jumping out of line, even if the guy ahead of you doesn't go. Check up with him. Sorry, but we do choose come. Yeah, we do choose come. So, it's your luck. You chose wrong. There's certain people that I know I don't like starting behind because they never go.
I'll just hit them. If they don't go, I just smoke them out of the way.
So, and that will be. We will look at it. If I feel that that's what happened, I will say something to you, and either drop to the back, and if you don't, then it could result in a penalty afterwards.
Yeah, you gotta deal with, it's a week worth of DBoS yapping in your ear. Trust me, you don't want it. It's worse than it
all rules, they are all admin decision. That's why there's none that's why I got rid of the whole, at the end of it says this is the result of this kind of penalty. It's all admin decision. Sometimes we will give a harder penalty.
Not every instance needs the same.
Yeah. And depending if you if you keep getting the same penalty, it's gonna keep getting worse.
Hunter.
You get a whole year with debuff.
The other thing, the leader of the race, if he's on the inside, he's on the outside. I don't care what it is. Whoever's leading it, he's the control car. He must make it to the line first. So it would be the second place's job to make sure the leader gets there first.
Well, perfect timing.
So that.
So you shouldn't jump the restarts like somebody was doing at HDS?
Yeah.
Okay.
No jumping restarts. We will go. We don't use the restart zone. All right. We don't use the restart zone like some people do. Some leagues. We use it at the line. Now, when we get,
I don't think you caught my joke.
Yes, I know. Once we get, now the thing about it, I don't want people going the restart zone. Now, I'm fine if you want to launch before the line, you don't have to go right at the line. If you want to go a couple feet back from the line, then you can go. But once you get to the line, once the pack gets to the line, if the leader hasn't gone, second place can go. Both can launch at the same time, and if second place beats them, down the straightaway, then that's your fault for not going before the line. So once the pack gets to the line, it's anybody's time to go.
For example, what if we're doing a Spencer restart and I'm going nice and slow and somebody blows past me?
Okay, this is the next part we were just talking about. This is the next part I was getting ready to. So I know we have a thing everybody does, the whole full send restarts. So, trying to bump somebody ahead, all that, okay?
What was that?
I don't know.
Can I leave the meeting and go race with Spooky?
No.
I was gonna say, yeah, me too.
I'm joining him.
Give me 1 second, sorry.
Who the fuck Spooky is?
I don't know who it is, honestly.
I'm gonna see who it is. I'm gonna say hello.
We did a mini league with them, I think. It was stock cars.
Why is he on my thing?
I don't see anything. I don't see anything up there.
Something fell or hit the floor.
It was probably. I saw Shadow walking out of the bathroom.
Did you look in the bathroom?
There's a ghost in your house.
She probably got up into one of the shelves and probably knocked something over.
What can go wrong?
So you didn't pick up what hit the floor?
I don't know. You didn't see anything. Sorry. Alright. Now, I am fine with the, trying to help, that they do that in real life. Trying to help the guy one of the guys in first, second, try to get going. They'll bump him and stuff. But if so say you're in fourth and you bump the second place guy ahead of first place, and he's ahead of first going in the first turn, second place will not get a penalty. They will have to give the spot back to first, but they will not get the penalty if...
Oh, they're inviting all of us to a party?
They will not get a penalty.
Did you send out invites?
I am going to here in a second.
But I want to do race for Spooky.
Yeah, me too.
But...
What the fuck is spooky? What did I miss?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Now, if that happens, I'm going to give a penalty to the guy in the second row for having that happen, because I'm tired of that. Want people to lay off. Like, you can bump a little bit, not the huge just shots that some people give. And now, say we're doing it, and the guy in the third row does it instead of the guy in the second row. The guy in the fourth row does it. Whoever is the originating person of it will get the penalty. And like I said, all penalties are... So that's that. I think that goes over all the restart rules. Invites are out, by the way, for the race tonight.
But we're doing 10 laps.
We're doing 10 laps. Spooky. Oh, my
bad. We gotta start this.
What is spooky?
We still have other rules to go over, I thought.
We have two that can go over real quick. One rule and then
the final.
No, alright. I mean, everyone should see that now.
Have they seen it later? They don't. Not everyone.
If you haven't looked at the schedule yet, if you haven't looked at the actual schedule,
the final is a 3 races.
The final is a 3-race schedule.
Who just fucking dumped me?
And they're all different skill.
Yes. I would like you guys to back out of that so we can get going. I've got the actual line.
Man, CD just wants Spooky the fucking way. That's what it is.
Now there are two more things.
I'm not even gonna laugh yet. I'm fucking backing out.
Yeah.
We still like 4 laps.
Fuck. I remember that shit. It was like 3 laps for 1 lap.
What the fuck kind of bullshit race is this?
I just
Poor
stopped.
Spooky's like, damn.
Now I want to go over.
I got some friends.
I'm gonna go over curb boosting.
I finally have friends.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's my favorite.
Curb boosting last season, was getting a little out of hand. So,
A little.
start us off with curb boosting stuff. No curb boosting at all. No curb riding. Any of that. Now,
No delay curb.
you're allowed, when you're going into a corner, you are allowed to use it. Now, I don't want you using it halfway down the straightaway. You're allowed to use it right before you enter the corner. Now, I'm going to tell you right now. I gave you that.
Can we get a count on how many times you said now?
It is your job to think that if that's right. Because if I don't feel that right, I may say something to you, but you're going to get a penalty still.
It's
your warning now.
That wide on that corner. You know people do that, so we're not going to punish them.
I was saying, like Monza. Monza, we do go wide. That's fine. There are certain tracks, because it's the road course we're talking about here.
Yeah.
There are certain tracks, I will tell people before we start what is allowed and what's not allowed.
Like line marking, there's always bits where everyone's cut.
Yeah.
Oh, you said line rock tower's hard now.
Also, I don't want people, when you exit the corner, you are allowed to run wide. Daytona Road Course is bad with this. I don't want people running wide and going the long way around. Like they exit the corner and they gas it so that they are, 10 car lengths off the track. I don't. That's what I don't want. Get it closer. Get it. You are on the track. Like you're just barely off the track.
One sweep action, yeah.
Yeah, and it has to be a fluent. Like I don't know if anybody understands what I'm trying to say. Fluent. It's you're exiting the corner.
Hold the fucking steering down.
Yeah, the steering will. If you do it right, your steering will let you like go wide, and it will be the. It's this motion you can do. If you watch my streams, you can see that's what I do. It's a one fluid motion with it.
Don't worry, just get off the curb quick as you can.
Yes. If you feel, that's another thing, yes. If you feel like you are hitting the curb too much, and you know you feel like you hit it, if I see you hit the brake, slow up, I may not give you a penalty. I may give you a warning for it, but if you think you did it for too long. Because how I do it is you have 3 seconds. So now I'm not telling everybody. I'm not telling everybody to count 1, 2, 3. That is for me when I am looking at it. I do the counting when I'm looking back at the streams.
You know how to count?
Hunter, you're the only one missing, by the way.
Uh-oh.
You know what?
Bones just sent me a picture of him and his girlfriend playing GTA together.
Who?
Okay. Is there any questions about the curb boosting?
No. Not for me.
Okay.
I have something to say.
What?
If you give me a curb boosting penalty, especially at Lime Rock, I'm racing with Spooky.
Alright, one last thing before we start. This season we are trying something. Certain tracks this season, they are already said, no one will know them besides the admins, and we are not going to do it. Sorry, besides the admins know it. I don't think we can do about it, yeah. So we should just probably save the tracks.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I'd be surprised when it happens.
Okay, there are certain tracks this season. I think when I counted last night, there are 6 or 7 tracks. We will be starting with the inverted field off of the points.
Mostly skill tracks.
I've been saying that for 5 seasons.
We are going to test it, and I'm not saying there's only a few tracks that we have it for. So say you're leading points, you'll start last. If you're second, you'll start second to last. So like that. If you're last in points, you're going to start first.
Shit, this might be good for me.
I'm going to tell you right now, the tracks though are not like, we're not doing it at a speedway. We're not doing it, of course, we're not doing it at a super speedway. So,
I hope not.
but we're going to try this season. Now, in the future, we are not going to that full time. We will still do qualifying. But there will be certain tracks throughout the season that we will do that. Now, of course, week 1, we weren't going to do that for week 1. Kind of
can't. That'd be funny.
I mean, we could have off last season's points,
but yeah. But that's something that we were going to try this season and go with that. That's basically it. Anybody have any other questions about the rules?
Yeah, can we race now?
Yep, give me 1 second.